Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
Oh, fuck me. Hi, Drunk Beaver Productions. You can't hear it. I can barely hear it. There's a car alarm going off. Now I'm reminded why I was woken up at 4 o'clock this morning. Car alarm going off incessantly. Oh, flashback. That literally just happened live. I hope everybody's doing well today. We are... Well, should we start off talking about the ups and the downs of court hoarding? First of all, I want to say thank you. Sorry, I'm all over the place. This is my first cup of coffee. I have not drank it yet. And so I need to. Oh my god. It was just too long, you know? When a car alarm goes on for too long. Regardless. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I'm spilling things. Anyways. So, first I want to say thank you to Mikey and everybody else. Mikey for kicking off the goal train last night and everybody else for helping finish that off. Thank you so much. That's why we're here twice in a day. That's right, folks. 2 shows today. Now, originally this morning, I had planned on a follow-up. Rose is so good to me. Talking court, and Courtney's luring people. FYI, Courtney's luring, and lurking. Anyways, so we knew this case was coming up. And that's what we were going to watch this morning. That was our follow-up, but I'm going to show you guys what happened nonetheless. This is something that does happen from time to time, and it's part of why I'm lucky that I have a very deep hoard. A very deep hoard of court. Where's the button? Where's the button, Paisley? It's called this one. And then... Oh, hi, Reseller Road Trip Adventures. Your first day off in 2 weeks. Oh my god. 200 miles a day? What about just sleeping at the job? I felt bad because I'm working 5 days this week. And we know how Paisley is. Hi, Carla.
Yeah, she's on the phone right now.
Yeah, she is on the phone right now. I just want you guys to experience this morning with us. Watch Baltimore court videos? No,
Hello?
I don't know, John.
All right, Mr.
Not
Gilliard.
everywhere does it.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Judge Baker. We've got you with us by telephone into this Zoom hearing. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware it's going to be relatively quiet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then. Let's make sure we've got everybody back. I think we do. Okay, at this time, I will call cause number 99827E in the interest of Ember Hightower. We are here today on an interlocutory termination hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. It's also necessary because Mr. Gilliard is in the Potter County Detention Center, and we do have him appearing by phone today. Because of time restrictions, we opted to have him put on telephone instead of by Zoom because they were going to limit how much time we could have with him. So this seemed to be the better option. All right, then. We are live streaming, and Ms. Goodman is making our record. So we will go ahead and take announcements, and then if there's any pretrial motions, we'll hear those.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present, ready, Your Honor. I would go ahead and make a motion to go off YouTube just due to the nature of some of the testimony we'll have today.
Maureen Lucero, on behalf of the mother, Alyssa Hightower, Your Honor, we're present, ready.
Jerry Morales on behalf of respondent father Andrew Gillard. He is present. We are ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the child.
All right, let me just ask Ms. Lucero, any objection to stopping the live stream today?
Objection.
And Mr. Morales,
No objection.
Ms. Zavala?
No objection.
All right, court is fully aware that there may be some very sensitive information that will come out in testimony today. So to protect the child's privacy and confidentiality, I am going to close the courtroom. I think it is most appropriate, and I will stop the live stream at this point in time. I'll resume that live stream for our one.
So she closed the courtroom. This case, if you didn't remember, mom was accused of bestiality. But dad was also accused of, before that, of hurting the children. It was a fucking mess. They're all over social media down there. Anyways, I just wanted you guys to be part of what a lot of cases turn out. Well, some. A bit of a cock block. I don't often bring those to you guys just to feel that. Don't worry, I have some cases that we actually get to see tried today, but I just wanted to bring you in on that. Yeah, it was a terrible case, but we had already covered one part of it, and so I was honestly thought that we would be able to have that. So, anyways, the judge closed the hearing. I think when there was 71 people in the YouTube chat, or there was no chat, but in the YouTube live at the moment. But yes, the best laid plans can go awry, and lucky for us, for you and I have a hoard. What's that? A court hoard, ma'am. It's a court hoard. Uncross your arms, Julian. You're in fucking court. This one I recorded on 2X. Because I just left it when I left the house. If you ever come to my house and you hear court from the other room, don't be alarmed. That's normal. Oftentimes when I leave the house, I leave court recording at 2x speed too. It's quite funny. Anyways, let's go.
I don't know. I don't know that it's showing. I don't know what that means. It's showing open on Odyssey when I pull it up.
Okay, maybe I put the number in wrong. Let's try it again. So it's DF25
Yes.
02884.
Yes.
Okay, try again.
Judge, I added it.
Okay, thank you, Miss Davis. How can I cancel the one I was doing?
I don't know, Judge. Also,
It
I
won't
need
let
to
me
talk to you guys.
stop it, so.
The AG in Texas is going to be doing very few cases this summer. We're going to be digging into the hoard. Okay, this is why I hoard for slow times. Slow times in the summer.
Hello?
One moment, Mr. Korea, we're pulling up your case now.
2502. I
Uncross
have
your
a
arms, Julie.
2502,554, but I don't have a 2502,884. Try that again.
So the AG's office is replacing all their computer systems internally this summer for child support. They haven't done it in 30 years.
Okay. We're hearing cause number DF 2502,884, Juan Carrillo. Will the parties in the Carrillo matter, please unmute yourselves, turn your cameras on, and raise your right hands. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
You may both lower your hands. And Ms. Peoples, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, we're hearing an order in suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Judge, there's a disagreement as to most issues, the conservatorship, visitation, and the support amounts. If I can just start by taking testimony from the parties.
You may.
Thank you, Judge. Well, Judge, first, it's two children before the court, Julian Carrillo and Isaac Carrillo. I'd offer as states exhibits A and B acknowledgments of paternity for both of the children.
States Exhibit A and B are admitted.
Thank you, Judge. I'll start with calling the mother. Ms. Rodriguez, can you state your full name?
Andrea Desiree Rodriguez.
And Ms. Rodriguez, you disagree with you and the father, Mr. Carrillo, being appointed as joint managing conservators of your two children?
Yes.
Okay. Has there been any family violence between you and Mr. Carrillo in the past 2 years?
The physical altercation in the car.
When was the physical altercation?
I would say between 4 to 6 months.
What month and year did it occur?
I believe in March of this year.
Okay. And you said there was a physical altercation in the car. What happened?
There was a verbal altercation and it started to get physical. I asked him to leave out of the car and he refused. So we started pushing each other and I threatened to call the cops and he finally got out of the vehicle.
Okay. So the two of you were in the car and you both were pushing each other while in the car?
Yes. I was trying to get him out of the car.
Did anything else happen?
After that, no.
He left out of the car?
Yes.
Okay. And so aside from that incident, in March of this year, had there been any other instances of family violence between the two of you all in the past 2 years?
In the past, yes.
How long ago was the most recent?
From this year of the March situation.
Aside from that incident in March, had there been other instances of family violence?
Prior to this, years ago, yes.
How long ago?
Maybe 2 years ago.
So in 2023,
Yes.
what happened in 2023?
I'm sorry, 2022. Um, we were on and off, and it got physical, and the police weren't called, but it got really physical to where there was blood on my half, like there were I got hurt in the situation, and I never called the.
Ma'am, we call it melon juice. Hi, Brutal Bob. Welcome. We're having coffee. We're talking court. We're watching court from my hoard. Once during a members only, we went through some of my YouTube subscriptions. That was fun, but it took a long time because it turns out I'm subscribed to like thousands of channels. And, but I was just thinking maybe one day we should go through my hoard. Ooh. Julian doesn't look very happy, does he? But his white shirt is showing off his tats as intended. You see, I don't get it. I understand that people have tattoos and they're proud of them, but I'm gonna give you a little tip. It would look so much better if he was in a collared shirt that covered his arms up, wouldn't it? It goes so far when we see somebody try and dress up a little bit for court. Shane, I don't know. The mic seems to be working on my end, but God knows there's problems every time, so.
Police officers for that situation.
Okay. And so since that time period from 2022 and then the instance in March of this year, has Mr. Carrillo had any contact with the children?
Yes, he has.
Okay. The children, have they been to his home to spend time with him?
They go with his mother. Me and her I only talk to his mother. So the children do go with her when I release them to her. So I'm not sure if he has them in his custody or she mostly has them, but I know for sure she has them.
So what concerns do you have with you and Mr. Carrillo being appointed as joint managing conservators of the children?
Our problems, physical altercation and verbal altercation.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Is it staying in the kids or just between us?
The safety concerns, do you have any with the kids being around Mr. Carrillo?
With the fighting situation, yes. And my son has to take medication, so that's one of the concerns I am mostly worried about.
Okay. What kind of medication does he take?
He takes ADHD medication and he's also getting tested for autism.
As far as the visitation is concerned, do the children get to spend the night, or have they had the ability to spend the night with Mr. Carrillo?
It's not consistent. So yeah, but yes, he has, but it's not consistent.
But you are not in agreement with him having a standard visitation schedule going forward, is that correct?
Ms. Rodriguez, is there someone in the car with you?
Yes.
Ma'am, tell the truth now. Also, I am so messy. Hi, Sashina. It sounds like two kids, Brooklyn. Two kids. Dos kiddos. Dos niños? I think that would be the word.
Okay, if they're giving you advice or telling you what to say, you either need to step out of the car, they need to step out of the car, or you need to stop listening to them, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Peoples.
I'm sorry, it was my mom.
It's okay.
So, Ms. Rodriguez, just to confirm, you disagree with a standard visitation schedule, is that correct?
Yes,
You're wanting that Mr. Carrillo has supervised visits at his mother's house for the next year or two with the children.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why are you requesting that?
It's because of my son needed medication, and Julian is not. He's not on board with him taking medication, and that's a big concern for me because he does need it.
Okay.
And
And so you say what do you mean he doesn't want to give him the medication that he needs?
he doesn't believe in him taking the ADHD medication that he needs. Yes.
Okay. Is there any other reason why you don't want him to have the standard visits? Or is it just because of him taking the medication?
It's sad, but sometimes the smaller one comes back. Um, I I'm sorry. So I don't want to keep the children away, but I just don't know how to proceed with the situation.
Okay, you just want the visits to be supervised by his mother at her house, correct? Okay. What type of health insurance do you have for the children?
At this moment, Medicaid.
And you're in agreement, based on the income information from Mr. Carrillo that he would pay cash medical support of $225 a month,
Yes, ma'am.
and that he would pay child support at 25% of $453 a month.
Yes.
Okay. And you're also requesting retroactive or back child support,
Yes.
and you're requesting retro from the period of January 1st, 2022 until today's date. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you and Mr. Carrillo, y'all lived together for about 4 months in 2022. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And y'all did not live together at all in 2023. Is that correct?
I'm sorry. We lived together for in 2023 for 3 months.
Y'all did live together for 3 months in 2023.
Yes.
Did y'all live together at all in 2024?
No, ma'am.
Did y'all live together at all in 2025?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let me recalculate giving him credit for the 3 months in 2023. Hold on one moment. And so did he provide any support during those time periods?
I'm sorry, for what years?
In 2022, did Mr. Carrillo provide any support for your children?
I cannot recall. I'm sorry.
In 2023, did he provide any support?
I can't recall either.
In 2024, did he provide any support?
And honestly, either that I can't recall either because he was absent for a 9-month span period.
Did you previously say that he gave you $1,590 in 2024?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And did he give you $1,141 in 2025?
Correct.
Okay. And so you're asking for a retroactive child support judgment in the amount of, give me one moment, Judge. In the amount of $12,561.
Correct.
And you're asking that he be ordered to pay that back at $113 a month.
Yes.
Do you have any safety concerns with your address being listed in the court order?
No, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness, Judge, and call the clock.
You may call your next witness, Ms. Sweetfuls.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Carrillo, can you say your full name?
Julian Bobby Carrillo.
And Mr. Carrillo, has there been any family violence between you and Ms. Rodriguez in the past 2 years?
Just the car situation.
And that car incident was from March of this year?
Yes, possibly. in that time frame.
And you heard mom's testimony as far as what happened.
Yes, and after we did all that, she dropped me off.
So you're asking the court to appoint the two of you as joint managing conservators of your two children. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, and the state of Texas agrees with him, by the way. For the most part, by default, the state of Texas does presume that two parents shall be joint managing conservators unless that presumption is rebutted by evidence of certain factors that can rebut that presumption. So Miss Rodriguez is coming up against something pretty big here, and she used a lot of words like physical altercation, but she really didn't get down to the nitty-gritty of it. And judges really need to hear like the down and dirty, and that's why we love watching it.
I've been there since day one. I even helped take care of her other stepchild, her child, but my stepchild, as for that time it was. I feel like I've done my part, and I'm a stand-up guy on taking care of my sons.
And you're also asking that you be granted a standard visitation schedule, which would be unsupervised visits at your home every first, third, and fifth weekend of the month.
Yes, and it also affects the ADHD situation where they don't have space to run where they're at and get more active. That's why I don't really agree with that. The ADHD medication, I don't think my children need medication to be normal. I think they just need to be around their father as it should be, and I shouldn't have to wait or have a court order have this happen. So
So you understand mother doesn't agree because she says her testimony is that you don't want to administer the medication that your child needs for ADHD.
yes, it came up while he's in school, and I understand that the teachers are coaching and teaching 40 to 30 students at a time. So to put a student on medication to make him humble in the classroom, I don't think my child should be in that position as I'm the father.
Well, I have a unique perspective on this as somebody diagnosed with ADHD after I went to school. You think that there's a stigma attached to being on medication? Imagine the stigma about being disruptive in a classroom against your will. Because you don't want to. You really don't. But on the other hand, I also grew up without medication, and so I actually recognize the value in that. He is not wrong. Exercise is medication for people with ADHD. It is almost like taking drugs to do hard exercise when you have ADHD. Now, I'm not saying that you run the kid and they'll be fine. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the calming effects that the endorphins and hormones that go when you're exercising have on people with ADHD are good. Now, I don't know what their school situation is, but 40 students in a classroom sounds insane. I'm actually not an advocate for medicating children. I really do think that teachers, I don't know why the fuck teachers are I know why, because they spend a lot of time with the kids, but they're not doctors. Okay? So when we love teachers around here, you guys know that, but that's not their job. You know? So the concern is when like a teacher says it's so and then a doctor just says it's so too, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of like actual testing and figuring it out. But if they've gone through the proper channels, then I think that it's appropriate to medicate. But guess what? The fun thing about ADHD meds is like it is like the diabetes of psychiatry, because there are medications that treat it very effectively, but you have to take it. It doesn't last in your system for a very long time, just like insulin. And so that means that you have to continually monitor and take it if you want to be treated. And this comes from somebody who has been off my meds for like, what, a year and a half now? It's a whole nother story, regardless.
But I don't go to the school and say anything, and I don't go to her directly and say anything. It's just a verbal thing that I say I don't like it.
As far as the child support and medical support, you do agree to pay cash medical of $225 a month, correct?
Yes, I do support that.
But the child support based on your income would be $453 a month, and you disagree with that amount?
At the moment, I do. Living standards right now, you know, the way the economy is. But with that amount on top of the small retro and the medical bill, it might put me in a steep bind sometimes. So if I could just keep it at about 300 for the child support payment plus the medical and the retro, I can manage that. But the other couple hundred there, it might put me in a bind where, you know, I might need that for gas for my vehicle or something like that.
Okay. And you understand that there is a request for the retroactive child support judgment from the time y'all didn't live together, which would be January 1st, 2022 until today. You understand that?
Yes, on the total amount, I don't agree with, because some of that money was physical cash. So the amounts we're going by for the retro is off of what I sent digital as far as Zelle or Cash App. So if we can adjust that some, that would help on my end. But I love my kids either way, so I'll do whatever for them.
Ms. Perea, you say if we could adjust it some, how much money?
Are you East Coast time zone? It's 3 hours different. So right now it's 11 o'clock Pacific, 11:06, which means it's 2, 11, 12, 1, 2:06 Eastern time. I think my next show will be at 3-ish, probably 3:15 Pacific. So that's 6:15 East. 6:15 East, right at dinner time. The best way to make a cash payment count is to pay it through the child support office.
Money did you give her?
In cash, I couldn't say in cash because it was just here, there, gas here, kids want McDonald's. But I don't mind, you know, because I want her to have something and some things as she continues her future. I don't mind 9 or 10 grand at retro pay. Although I feel like I don't deserve it at all because I've been the person of the household for, as we were together for 6, 7 years. You know, I worked myself. I never asked her to work, not one time. But that's not the case on, you know, the kid. But I just feel like it could be adjusted some. But I don't mind
Adjust
working
it
for less money,
upwards,
you know.
Judge. Could you adjust it upwards and just fuck him up a little bit? Sir, could you be more dense? I want her to have some things for her future. But, you know, I fucking supported her for like 6, 7 years. And look at her face. Ma'am, take some time and be alone for a little while. Do not have more kids. Please do not have more kids. Either of you. Sir, it would be very expensive.
The kids are my sons.
Go ahead, Ms. Peoples. Continue.
Okay. And Mr. Pereira, you understand that court costs through Dallas County will be billed to you for today's court proceeding?
Yeah, that's on top of what you told me earlier too. So I'm gonna deal with that too. But I think I can manage the payment because y'all. I thank y'all for y'all services.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Okay, Miss Peoples, if his cash medical was 125, what would his child support be?
Give me 1 second, Judge, to recalculate it.
The state has been
And
raising
man,
medical, by the way, in Texas. I've noticed lately they've been making it like 225 or 300. Somebody obviously was like, "Shit, these $25 payments are not working."
I add to even without the court or with the court, I'm still gonna always provide something for my kids as I threw their last birthday parties for them as well.
So it would change the child support to 478 if the cash medical goes down to 125.
That's still kind of in the same bracket. I
Okay.
can see.
So I will order that the parties be, this is my order. I'll order that the parties be made joint managing conservators of the children, or order that a standard visitation schedule with supervised visits for 3 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Order government health insurance, cash medical support of $125 per month, child support for $478 per month, retroactive child support judgment of $10,000 paid at $100 per month. Court costs as billed. All start dates will be July 1st, 2025. Does anyone have any questions?
What month does that start at? July, you said?
July 1st. Yes.
July.
Does anyone have any
Okay.
questions?
Is there a way we can get one more month on that to get me ready for the process, or I just need to start that payment coming that month?
For real, it's due on the 1st. It's late on the last day of the month. You just need to
Oh,
just
okay,
jump
okay.
right in and start paying it. Okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Carrillo,
I
did
have
you
no
go to your
problem.
son's doctor's appointments with them?
Yes, how can I arrange
No,
to
no, no,
get
no, no,
those
no, no.
appointments scheduled?
I'm asking you a question. Do you
Mhm.
go with them?
Oh, I don't get any information from the mom to when they are going.
You need to go and talk to the doctor so you can understand why your son is on medication. Okay, sir? It's just a
Yes, ma'am.
suggestion.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you
But
have
as
a
a
question,
father, as a father,
Mr. Carrillo?
yes, ma'am.
I'm
I'm
done.
sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you have a question?
Yes, I just have some concerns that say, I do have family in Mexico and, they're getting older, so I wanted to see if there's anything that we can do to, he can help me get passports for the kids if he's willing to.
So you should have discussed that in the back. And you should have asked me all of those questions before I made the ruling. So now I've made a ruling and it doesn't include passports. I'm sure that, what does the order say concerning passports, Miss Peoples? Does it say, does it address passports at all?
I don't think it does, Judge. Let me make sure though.
I would fear for my kids in danger going over to Mexico at the moment with the
That-
cartel and all that.
That's something y'all gonna have to work out.
Yes, ma'am.
It may just say mother has the right to maintain and apply for. I'm trying to make sure though.
Okay.
Do you guys want another case? Should we do another one?
Okay, yeah, it's nothing specific, and I'm seeing a message that I think he may have to still have his signature dad when she goes to the passport office, so that may be the issue.
Okay. That's fine. As I said, it wasn't addressed in negotiations and it was not addressed before I made my ruling, so it is not a part of the order. But now that I've made my ruling, you have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. If you don't like my ruling, if you think it wasn't fair, if you don't agree. This case is out of what court, Miss Peoples?
It's out of the 301st, Your Honor.
Out of the 301st
Laditra?
District Court, that's Judge Mary Brown. She might have a different opinion from mine. Now that I've given you that information, do either one of you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
then thank you both for appearing here today, and you're both free to go.
Thank you. You have a
Thank
good
you, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And Judge Miss Sweet is ready to approach.
Oh,
Hold
Stephanie.
on one second.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's always a fucking Stephanie, isn't it? Cramping my style, Stephanie. Just fucking shit up every day.
What number, Miss Sweet?
First up, Your Honor, I have number 7 for service on the record.
Number 7?
Yes, Your Honor, number 7.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
I think that's the mother.
Mm-hmm.
We're here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I wasn't.
It's okay.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Who was asking earlier if Kara was a man or not? She did not seem happy with that comment. John, I forgot about the implications of being in child support court. You're right. That means that somebody fucked.
I didn't even look at the screen. I was looking somewhere else. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, ma'am. No, he didn't appear.
Okay, we're here
Today.
in cause number DF 17-224-284, Bowles and Lynn. Miss Lynn, would you please raise your right hands?
Yes, ma'am. Let me switch hands.
Do each of you solemnly swear, excuse me, Miss Lynn, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may lower your hand, and Miss Sweet, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let's call Ms. Lynn for service on the record.
You may.
Ma'am, what is your full name?
Kara Jeanette Lim.
Have you received an email copy of the state's motion this morning?
Yes, I did, and I've looked over it.
Excellent. Before today, had someone handed you a copy of that motion at your home?
No.
Do you understand your right to be personally served at your home with a copy of the state's motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to waive that right and accept the email copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I pass the witness and request the record be updated to reflect Ms. Lynn's waiver right to personal service and citation?
The record will so reflect.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are requesting that this case be reset. The state does need to file a first amended.
It's reset to September 15th?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 15, please.
Ms. Lynn, this case is being reset to September 15th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. You will need to be present on that date and at that time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I will be.
Do you have any questions?
No, I just hope we can come to a conclusion by then.
Okay. Well, thank you for appearing here today, and you're free to go.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Truth, the whole truth.
If I may read the agreed portions and then take testimony.
I think this is the last case. So we're going to do this case, and that'll be it for now. Then we'll be back at around 3:15 Pacific for the afternoon docket or the evening docket, depending on where you live.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Parties have agreed that this will be a temporary order and that we will be coming back for final on September 15th. This order does reserve retroactive child support and court costs for final hearing. Parents have agreed that they will be joint managing servitors of the two children before the court, Emma and Annabelle, with Ms. Caraballo having the exclusive right to determine the children's residence within Dallas or any surrounding county. Parents have agreed to
the exchange location for visits, as the children's school or residence, and any additional healthcare expenses, regardless of source, being split between the parents 50-50. That is the extent of the agreed portions. If I may call Ms. Carvalho.
You may.
Ma'am, what is your full name?
Graciela Carvalho.
And did you hear the terms I read to the court?
I did.
Do you understand those terms?
I do.
Are you in agreement with those terms?
Yes.
And you have 2 children with Mr. Swantis, correct?
I do.
And do you recall when they were born signing a document that acknowledged Mr. Cervantes was their father?
I signed the document when they were born, yes.
When I offer an evidence what's been marked for identification purposes as states exhibit A and B, the acknowledgements of paternity for the children, and attached to the state's petition filed October 4th, 2024.
States exhibit A and B are admitted.
Okay. Ma'am, how old are your children?
My children are 16 and 13. Those are the 2 minors.
And has Mr. Cervantes visited your children?
I believe he has seen them once or twice within the past 1.5 to 2 years.
Here's the name. Lost him.
He left up or something.
And he's back.
He went to
You said
get
he was back?
smokes. He hasn't been back in
Okay.
2 years.
Okay.
Mr. Cervantes? Okay. You may proceed, Ms. Sweet.
Yeah. So, Mr. Barlow, or sorry, Correa, what are you requesting as far as Mr. Cervantes visits with your children?
I am actually, well, I guess it's a request. I wish for him not to have overnight visits at the moment. But I also do have a question as to whether I am going to have to force my daughters to go visit with them, because at this point in time, they have expressed to me that they would not want to.
So, the court will allow questions towards the end, but
Okay.
so as far as the visits, you're just requesting no overnights. Has he ever had
No
your-
overnights.
Is it-
Correct. He's never had my children overnight a day in their life. I think the 16-year-old went with him once. So they're not comfortable.
Do your children have access to cell phones?
They do.
And do you currently carry health insurance for your children?
I do.
Is that through your employer?
Through my employer, yes.
Do you also carry dental insurance?
I do.
And what is the monthly cost of the health insurance?
The health insurance is 103 biweekly, so 206 cents.
And is that 103 cover the dental as well, or is that just health?
No, that's just health. The dental is an additional 33 biweekly.
And
what was the health insurance again?
$100.03 biweekly.
Okay. And does that 103 and $30 and was it 33 cents? Does that for the dental? Does that cover just your 2 children?
The dental was $30.33, and it covers all 4 of our children. 2 are adults.
All right. So it's only 4 children, though. The cost is not including you, correct?
No, myself and my dependents. So it's the 5 of us.
Do you know how much it would be to cover just yourself?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Moving forward, you're wanting to keep your children on your health and dental plan through your employer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Would you tell or quickly explain to the court why you're not agreeing to Mr. Cervantes carrying the insurance through his employer?
I just think for the long run, since I have all 4 of my children, they have their set doctors. I'm not sure if their doctors are covered by his insurance and so forth. So they already have like their set doctors that they go to.
I do have
Mr. Cervantes,
2
hold
or
on
4
one
on my
second.
insurance.
Mr.
So
Cervantes,
okay.
hold on. It's not your turn. We're just asking Ms. Cavallo questions right now. Ms. Sweet, I'll call you in just a second, okay, sir?
Okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Sweet.
And if the court does order the insurance to be carried to your employer, are you requesting reimbursement for Mr. Cervantes of the cash medical and the dental?
No, ma'am.
So you would carry them and not request that he pay you back for carrying your 2 children on health or dental. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is Mr. Cervantes employed?
Yes.
Do you have any personal knowledge about how much he makes?
No, ma'am.
Does he have any other children?
I learned today that he does, yes.
But prior to today, you didn't have any personal knowledge. Is that correct?
I had knowledge of 1. Yes.
So, if the court were to order you to maintain that health insurance, but there's at no cost to Mr. Cervantes for health or dental, do you understand then that child support would be $1,226 per month?
That's the calculation that they gave earlier, yes.
And do you understand that when there's only 1 child before the court, that it would step down to $952?
Okay. I understand.
But that if the court orders Mr. Cervantes to provide the private health and dental at the cost it is through his employer, that support amount would change and be lowered.
I understand.
Your Honor, I pass the witness and would like to call Mr. Cervantes.
You may.
Okay, before Mr. Cervantes talks, did you guys catch that? She didn't know he had other children before today. And they have a 16-year-old child and a 13-year-old child and older children as well. How many children do we think he has outside this marriage that he is responsible for child support for? Get your guesses in the chat. Oh, 4. John has no faith. No faith. Oh, Sashina agrees. Get those 16. I love you, Courtney. 16 children. I love it. I love all of you guys.
Sir, what is your full name?
Vincent Cervantes.
And did you hear the terms that I previously read to the court?
Yes.
Did you understand those terms?
I understood, but we, like I said, I got our son. He's of age, and Annabelle on my insurance already. The reason why
Objection, non-responsive.
my daughter
Objection sustained. Mr.
kicked off.
Cervantes, just answer the question Ms. Sweet asked you. She asked you, did you understand the terms that she read? Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Sweet.
So the terms I read regarding the conservatorship, the exchange location, additional healthcare expenses, were you in agreement with those terms?
I didn't know nothing about the exchange location. I haven't heard nothing about that.
Would you be in agreement to the exchanges taking place at their children's school or their residence?
Residents.
And with the conservatorship, you were in agreement with those terms?
Which is
That
they stay with the mother.
Yes, joint managing conservators, rights and duties of the parent.
I couldn't hear you.
Right, you have rights and duties of the
Yes.
parent to receive information and make decisions. And but that they interrupted again.
I want to go swimming in a pool so bad. Oh my God.
And Your Honor, to improve maybe the connection, would Mr. Santos be able to go ahead and go off camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cervantes, can you hear me?
Connection.
Mr.
I heard
Cervantes,
conservative. That's when it cut.
do you have a
Yes.
headset on, sir?
Yes.
Try undoing the headset set and just speaking it directly into the computer or the phone.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you better now. It's still a little distorted, but it's still better. Go ahead, Miss Sweet.
So, Mr. Cervantes, your children live with mother, correct? Sorry, I didn't hear. Mr. Cervantes, can you hear me?
I want to come to Florida. It's on my
Your Honor,
list.
we need to take a brief recess and call Mr. Cervantes to give him the call-in information. Maybe that might help if he's just calling in the phone number.
Yes, ma'am, you may. So we'll be in recess.
There he is, but we're in recess. Don't worry, we'll skip ahead. Oh,
Both parties, Miss.
no, no, we're not doing that.
Ms. Carvalho?
We're doing this. Although we'll watch that tonight. Oh, Stephanie! Is that her O face? Did we just catch Stephanie's O face? I'm pretty sure we did. Look at it. Oh, I'm sorry, Stephanie. I'm sorry for so many things.
Mr. Cervantes, are you in agreement with being joint managing conservators with Ms. Carvalho and her being primary, having the say on where your children live with in Dallas or surrounding counties?
Yes.
And you are in agreement to this being a temporary order and for the final to be September 15th.
Yes.
If you can speak,
Mr. Cervantes, we're having a hard time hearing you. Can you speak up, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
and are you requesting that you have standard possession of your children first, third, fifth weekends, overnights, Thursday evenings, and alternating holidays?
Yes.
When is the last time you saw your two minor children on this case?
It's been a few months.
When is the last time you reached out to mother to try to see them?
We've talked about it. We've either tried to contact the kids, and she said to contact her. But it's been recent. I couldn't tell you exactly when.
Have you ever had your daughters overnight?
No, because when we were together, I would stay there.
So you were overnight with them, but mother was also present. Is that correct?
Yes.
And when is the last time that you stayed overnight with your daughters?
I couldn't recall.
Do you have other adult children with Miss Carvalho?
Yeah, we have two, a daughter and a son.
And when is the last time you saw your adult children?
Our son, it's been a couple months. Our daughter, she's in college.
Did you ever have them overnight when they were minors?
Yes.
Can you tell the court why you're wanting overnight visits?
I just want to reestablish my relationship with my daughters. They moved about a year and a half, and I really hadn't had much contact with them. We meet at a McDonald's, drop them off, pick them up, or I drop them off at their grandma's when we went school shopping. Um, but I just want to, reestablish that relationship I got with my daughters.
And are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
And where do you work?
Older men in freight line,
How long have you worked there?
13 years.
And do you have health insurance available through your employer for your daughters?
Yes, ma'am. Through United Healthcare.
And would that be at a cost for just your two daughters of $217 per month?
I couldn't hear you. You said what?
Would that be at a cost just for your daughters per month of $217?
I'd probably pay a little more a week. I do have Annabelle on them already, and our son. They're already on them.
So it would just
Emma
be.
got dropped. Yeah,
So
I couldn't tell you right now what the costs
Are you
they take
requesting
out
that?
every week.
Are you requesting that you be required to carry Emma through your employer as well on health insurance?
Yes.
And are you carrying dental insurance on Annabelle?
Yeah, dental and vision.
Are you
Everything.
requesting that you be required to carry Emma as well on the dental through your employer?
Yes, and vision.
Would you be in agreement to mother continuing to maintain health insurance on Emma and Annabelle?
No, I'd rather. I mean, they can have both, but I know in the order it only has to be one. I'd rather because they got United Healthcare, so it's the same each month. The copay and the specialist, it's only a certain dollar amount from January to January. It's not a PPO.
Do you understand that any additional healthcare expenses will be covered by you and mom 50/50?
Yes, I understand that.
If the court orders you to carry the health and dental insurance through your employer, do you understand your child support would be $1,172?
Yes,
And you have 3 other children under 18, is that correct?
yes,
And those are your biological or legally adopted children, correct?
biological. Yes,
Do you understand when
3 other babies. He has 3 other kids, so he has 7 kids altogether. 5 under the age of 18, 2 over. She didn't know about them. Yikes. Yikes. So 7 kids was right for total. Fuck, Courtney, you weren't even that far off. You weren't even that far off. He's riding the railroads, sowing his seed.
you only have one child, Emma, before the court, that your child support would step down to $910 per month?
yes,
And do you understand that the issue of the retroactive child support and court costs will be reserved when we come back for final on September 15th?
yes.
Your Honor, I pass the witness and would request a ruling as to the source of the health insurance and thus the child support amount, and then the visitation, whether or not there should be overnights.
Well, I will accept the agreed portions of the temporary order, make the agreed portions the order of the court. I will order a standard visitation schedule. I will order private health insurance through dad's employer, order child support at $1,172 per month with appropriate step downs. All other matters will be reserved for final hearing on Is it September 15th, Miss,
Yes, Your Honor.
on September 15th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Ms. Arbella, you were asking a question about did you have to force your children to go with their dad? Your job is to make them available and to encourage them. But if your children didn't want to go to school, would you make them go to school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we are charged with making kids do a whole lot of things they don't want to do. That's
Yes,
just what
ma'am.
we do as parents, okay? Now, I would hope that Mr. Cervantes would give them an opportunity to go back into his life solely so they could, have some time together without overnights. But you've given me no reason to restrict his overnights, okay? All right. So, do either one of you have any questions?
No.
No, ma'am.
All right, then thank you both for appearing here today, and you're both free to go.
And that means you are also free to go, ladies and gentlemen. We just have to say goodbye. But I'm not leaving you for the whole day. I can't get enough of you. I'm obsessive, some people would say. Over the top, too much, out of control, a mess, actually. That's what I'm often told, and I love it. Anyways, I will be back later on this afternoon. It's going to be great. I hope that you'll be there. Please do me a favor. In the meantime, remember that I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Down, ready to ride.